Hello. This is going to be really short and sweet today, you guys. If you're here live, tell me hi. If you're on the replay, tell me hi. My face looks really weird, doesn't it? My goodness. Okay, so let me pull you guys up on my screen. That did not work. Okay, there we go. So, as this title indicates, one of my number one pet peeve. This keeps coming up over and over and over again. And it actually occurred to me that this is something that I have, I feel like I've pretty much mastered this whole time thing. I'm not going to lie. I used to have a huge boundary issue with constantly doing things for other people, hence Inhale and why I'm running the Inhale program. And it occurred to me today that this is like, people always say that money doesn't motivate them. And it didn't click for me today really until, well, I was just in a training with Mandy and she said something, she had actually said something about that. I don't even think she said anything about it actually. I think it was on our call the other day she mentioned it. And I've been thinking about that, like, what is my motivator? Like, yeah, I have all these external source reasons and I have this and I have that. Like, this motivates me, like making sure, you know, Gabby has what she needs and we have what we need. Like, that motivates me to do what I do. But then today it really finally clicked. It's time freedom and choice freedom, right? Like, and then I was like, well, why does that work? That doesn't even make any sense. And then, excuse me, it kind of hit me even more. One of my number one pet peeves is when people tell me that they can't do something because they don't have time. It's like, that is such a bullshit excuse. You know, I did a live on this several days ago, and it just really fires me up when people say they don't have time. I've even had somebody, when I was working in the hospital one night, she was asking about whatever my current program was at the time, and she seriously stopped and told me that she did not have time because she's a travel nurse, she works night shift, she does this, this, and this, and it's like, I do all 5 of those just like you do, and I still make the fucking time for the shit that matters to me. Like, let's just be really fucking honest. Like, you will make time for the things that matter to you. And if it doesn't, you will make up another excuse. That's just what it is. So when people tell me that they don't have time, it's like, well, what are you wasting all your time doing? Like, really, let's just get really honest here. I would love to know. Like, seriously, drop it in the comments because I really, truly want to know. You know, if you're going to complain and bitch about not having time, then I feel like you really open your ears and hear this. If you complain and bitch about not having time, then what are you doing? You know, if you're not doing the things that matter to you in life, then what the fuck are you doing with yourself? Let's just be really honest. You know, and that's exactly why I created Inhale. It's for people to take a freaking inhale, like breathe in and take some time for yourself. It is ridiculous when people come to me and they're like, well, I can't do this, or I'm not important enough to spend the time on. It's like, why not? You spend all your time doing shit for other people who don't even appreciate you. How can you not spend the time on yourself for somebody who actually, you know, you care about you, don't you? Don't you care enough about yourself to actually spend some time on yourself? I would hope so. So that excuse really drives me up the wall. Apparently it does. This is the second or third time I've talked about it in the last week. You know, and I feel like, you know, something Mandy had said is that you cannot complain of not having enough time unless you are showing up every single day with excellence and you are like showing the fuck up and you are backing yourself 100%. Only then can you say that you do not have enough time. You know, even before I got put on maternity leave last week, like, I had time to do everything that fucking mattered. I had to prioritize, and that's really what it's going to come down to. What matters enough to you to be on your top 3 list? And if you yourself are not on there, when is it going to be? Because if you don't matter enough to yourself, then why would you matter enough to anybody else? I'm just going to say it how it is. That's how it fucking is. Like, you train people how to treat you. You really do. So if you're in a relationship and you feel like that person always puts you on the back burner and they just don't give a shit about you, it's because you've let them be that way. You've trained them that that is the expectation and that that is what you're okay with, right? So something else that she had said that really stuck with me, that I realized I've been doing, and it's like I couldn't put it into words, is that you should be, and I hate saying the word should, but you should be using every second like it is a sacred second, and be really wise in how you use your time, right? Because all the, if you, like I said just a little while ago, if you are somebody who's complaining and bitching all the time about not having enough time, then what the fuck are you wasting your time on? And why are you then bitching because you're not getting anything done, or because you're not making a move in your business? Or like if you're another coach, then why are you, like, what are you doing? What is all the bullshit stuff that you are wasting your time on every single day, instead of, like, as a way, let me rephrase this. What are you wasting your time on as a way to procrastinate on doing a thing that's actually going to move you forward, that's actually going to move the needle? If it's in your health and your fitness and you're trying to lose weight, what are you procrastinating on and, fucking hem-hawing about, just so you don't have to spend the time to do it? If it takes 5 minutes to make like a freaking salad versus going to the cabinet and opening up like a package of fucking Pop-Tarts or something, why would you not take the 5 minutes just to make yourself something that's going to make you feel better? Like, I don't understand. I do understand. I know why people do it, actually, but you see what I'm saying? It fucking drives me insane. Oh my God. And a lot of, I said this was going to be short. Here we are at 7 minutes. Oh my goodness. Oh, get fucking going on this one. So yeah, how are you wasting your time? Where are you fucking off when you know you are just doing it so that you can avoid doing the actual thing that's going to move you forward? Because it's probably that thing that's going to be uncomfortable. Well, of course it's going to be uncomfortable, because when you're growing and expanding, it's kind of uncomfortable, but that's what happens. Like, when you can actually inhale and let yourself expand fully, then the growth is where you're happy. That's just how humans are. We are happy when we are under pressure and when we are growing and changing. That's just how it is, okay? And the other thing is that you don't need proof right here, right now, that you're going to have time to show up how you want and be the person who you want to be. You have to trust that when you commit to something, like if you want to be an inhale, great. Then walk your ass over there, go over there and click the fucking enrollment button. You have to trust yourself when you're there doing the thing that you are actually going to commit and show the fuck up for it. It's not just going to be something that you're going to half-ass, right? And most of the time, it's actually just the freaking story that you're replaying in your mind over and over again that's actually making you feel like the reason that you don't have any time anyways. You spend so much of your time fucking off thinking about, well, what if this happened? What if that happened? What if this happened? And then what if this thing happened because that thing happened? And then what if this thing happened because all of that stuff happened? It's like, what if you just did the damn thing that you think is going to take you like 30 minutes or 2 hours, and it really only takes you 5? I can't think of how many times I've freaking done that. Like, I think it's going to take me all day, or it's going to be something that's going to take me hours, and then I just sit down and I do it. It takes me like 5 or 10 minutes, and it's like, why the fuck did I put that off so long? It was just the story that I was spinning that's really the thing that's actually draining me. Does that make sense? I hope it fucking makes sense. So, why do people have this time block? Or why do people keep using lack of time as an excuse? One right there, their fucking story. 2, they're wasting their time procrastinating, just putting off doing the actual thing that they know they could be doing that would get them where they're wanting to be. And then the other thing is that they think they're not going to get the results they want within their time frame. Like, if you were wanting to lose weight. Like the thing that comes to mind is wanting to lose weight for a wedding or like a reunion or something. Most people will not do it and start working on it until it's like the last few months. If they know they have an entire year, they will not give themselves grace and be gentle to themselves and give themselves the entire year, right? They will wait until the last 3 to 6 months, and then they're going to wonder why they're not showing up like they want to and why it feels so fucking hard. It's because they're making their time frame so tight and they don't know how to adjust to that. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So I think that is my rant. Oh my goodness. Let's see, what else? I wrote down some notes because I knew I was going to get sidetracked. So yeah, basically the one with that is that the thought process is, can I do it in the time frame that I'm setting for myself? You know, and that scares a lot of people. So then they start procrastinating even more, and then they start spinning their stories even more. So all three of those really feed into each other and contribute to one another. And then it's like, well, what if I run out of time? Time doesn't fucking matter. There was a book, I think it's The Big Leap. It's totally irrelevant. He talks about like the normal time base that we're all used to, like our clocks and our calendars and whatever. And then there's Einstein time, I think is what he calls it. And it's basically where if you actually quit looking at the clocks and you just get within your energy and your zone, and then you just say you're going to show up and be there, you know, within this certain amount of time, like you will be there early. I do it all the time when I'm running late for work. I put all my freaking clocks away, and then if I was running like 5 or 10 minutes late, I would always show up right on time, right before I was supposed to be there. Usually like 6:59, I would be clocking. It was great. But time is irrelevant. It really is. So if you would just trust that you're actually going to show the fuck up and do the work, and you know that there will be obstacles that come up. That's a given. But if you actually just get yourself to the place to start and you trust that you're going to do it, then the time is irrelevant and doesn't fucking matter. Once you make the commitment, you're going to be like, wow, now I actually am going to, like, this matters enough to me that I'm going to make the time to do this. Your job is to show up and just get through today and do it with excellence. That's what Mandy says. She says, your job is to fucking show up and do today with excellence. And yes, I 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. So when you're in the present moment, you will, and you're actually just in the moment and not worried about all the shit that's going to happen tomorrow or all the stuff that happened yesterday, and you're just in today's moment, then you will see everything that is available to you right then and there. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. So inhale. Brings me to inhale. If you've been wanting to do it and you're afraid that you won't have the time, I really don't know where you're getting that from, because it's once a week. That's all you have to do, show up once a week and then do the work on the back end in your own daily life. It's really not that fucking complicated. I was going to say something else. Yeah, I don't know. Brain fart, whatever. That was my rant for the day. So get your ass an inhale if that's something you're interested about or in. Let me drop the link here. There you go. And also right now, the first 10 people that get in there are going to get the happy and healthy 10-day experience. I'm just going to give it to you so you guys have something to do before the program starts. We start on the 15th. Okay. Let me know if that hit a nerve with you today, or if you had any ahas on that. I'd love to know. My face is red. Maybe that's why I was all fired up. All right. See you guys tomorrow.